Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Brett's vlogs. This one's going to have a little less footage. Brett had a bit of a rough week last week, but he's already bounced back from it. Because on his 3+ sets, he only got 3 on the squat and the bench this week. He had to skip his deadlift day, and it just had to do with some personal business and financial stuff he had to sort out. Again, because he's got a couple different business things going. And, so we talked about it, and it really impacted his recovery last week. He had to skip the deadlift day, and he likes to do the squat on Monday, bench on Wednesday, deadlift on Friday, like I do. And so he just, we went over to the next week in the wave, and he already crushed what he did on squats this time. Right? He went to the next heavier wave and just knocked it out easy. So his strength has gone up, since he skipped the deadlift day and since he got everything sorted, he had to sort out. He's good to go. But we're going to make some big changes too, because we talked about it as far as, his weak points go and what we really used to get his deadlift well up into the 600s last time. And everything else, we're going to make some adjustments, which you guys will see in next week's vlog. You'll see it in next week's vlog. Basically, we're putting good mornings back in because he responded really well to them. And, he feels like he's not quite getting that posterior chain that we want purely from the deadlifts and glute ham raises, which I can appreciate. You guys know I like good mornings. I've been really thinking about adding them back into my own training. Right? Again, particularly because of how much low bar squat carryover I get. Remember with that cambered bar, the big numbers I was hitting when I got really strong at deadlifts? Yeah. So doing in this lighter weight class, I might do the same thing. But he does respond really well to good mornings, and he tends to suck at them. So he's weak on them, and then we have to build his strength up. Like he started really weak again already for this week. So he's already done a workout by the time I'm getting around to filming last week's vlogs, because I had so many vlogs to get sorted. Because again, I was out of town and on vacation, and all this footage came in, so I had to get everybody sorted. But as you guys can see, though, we've got a good low bar stance. He can get real deep. Right? But if you notice the bottom of those squats a little bit, we could use more adductor and glute. We really could, because he's not a quad dominant squatter. And that's something that people have to remember with certain styles. It's not that squats don't build your quads. They can, even with a wide stance low bar. It's that the longer femored guys just use so much less quad, no matter how they squat. And because they get the strongest squats out real wide, low bar and hips back, particularly, again, tall guys like this, it's really where we need to put our focus, right? It's really where we need to put our focus. So again, we're going to make some changes. But again, look at that depth. When he gets out wide like that, toes on the edge of that platform. Now keep in mind that I had that exact same belt squat. That belt squat is pretty much the width of your rack, right? It's right around the width of the rack, pretty close to. So, that gives you an idea of where his stance is there. Now, before some people go, has he ever pulled sumo? No, we've never done sumo for him. He's always had a stronger back anyways, so we stick with conventional. And he's a taller guy. Very few tall guys do well at sumo, to be perfectly honest. Usually, and I'm not saying there aren't exceptions to this, but usually it's women who do better at sumo who are shorter in stature than short men. Usually if a guy is super strong at sumo and he sucks at conventional, by comparison, he's probably 5'6" or under. Okay. But, shorter guys destroy you on relative strength. They just do. They don't have to move the weight as far. So, in his case, since he does way better on conventional, so we don't bother. But, we do the wide stance squatting like this. We do the wide stance squatting. But, so what does this squat day look like right now? We're doing the boring but big, but we've talked about actually taking out the volume squats which we're going to do coming up, so that we have the recovery for good mornings for him. And he's going to do the belt squat, which is what you guys see me doing most of the time, right? So you see me doing most of the time. I'm focused on recovery because I have to do some really heavy deadlifting. I don't really do any volume squatting right now. And I don't need to. My squat is coming back up just fine, doing just singles and accessory work. Keep in mind, I drag a sled off camera and stuff too. But we may be going in that direction for him because he feels like the volume squatting just buries him. And quite frankly, for his weaker links, good mornings will probably do everything that we want from it because we already have the belt squat. All right, close grip benching. Again, he had a rougher week, but we just have set new training maxes. All right, and he prefers close grip benches, so he's been easier on his shoulders. So we put a lot of tricep focus. But what you guys have noticed when he's shirtless, he doesn't have small pecs. Right, and he benches over 300 with long arms, close grip. He doesn't have small pecs. And people forget that with the close grip. They see the close grip, and even though we can argue that there are certain grips, wider grips, that will activate more pectoral, and they absolutely will. And a lot of, particularly we get our wrist stacking perfect. That's a big part of it. They will build more chest. The close grip bench is still a chest exercise. And we need to be very, very clear on that. On the close grip bench press, the chest still does a little bit more of the work than the triceps do. It is still technically a chest exercise. But in his case, we do a lot of tricep focus. Since he has long arms, he prefers close grip for his shoulders. He has for many years, so we'd let him stick to that. We hammer his triceps nonstop. That's where we put our focus. And it's, again, because of that combination. If he slows, it's at the lockout, which you guys noticed there. But it's not like we don't have chest work because we have what? We have the close grip, and then we have dips. Dips build pecs too. So we have a pretty good amount of chest volume in here. But where do we put our focus? Triceps. So, again, he does his his bench days tend to be close grip benching. We do weighted dips, and we do band press downs. I don't think we got footage for the band press downs this week. We may not have. But we definitely got some footage for dips. And, of course, we do chins. We do chins. Chin-ups, pull-ups, all my advanced lifters who have the shoulder health to do them, we use them. Right? And you guys know that I've become more and more a fan. I didn't like them for a little while because of my own shoulders, but I used to be a big fan, used to push strength standards on them. I've kind of returned back to that because I realized I really was right. So, they all do them. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.